Devotees all, once more, a cordial welcome to this second night of our 10th anniversary Yagna. It's my privilege this evening once more to introduce our Vyasji, Pundit Narad Gosine. He hails from New Grand Princestown, Trinidad, and has studied in India for over 5 years under the Chinmaya mission, and he's also guided by Swami Prakash Anandaji. Devotees, Disney World is termed a magical experience. When you visit there, those who experience it knows it. It's where magic begins and love never ends. Tonight, as we sit in this Yagyashala, I assure you all it will be magical. The only characters we will experience on this encounter is Adesh ji on keyboard, Rietesh ji on Dholak, Naresh ji on Kamran Jal, and our very own Rahul ji on Dantal. And now I pass you on to the most divine, versatile singer and astrologer, Pundit Narad Gosine.
Check 1 1. Prem se Samapati Mahadev ki jai, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Let us all stand as we are about to begin our beautiful night, our wonderful afternoon in devotion. And this is where we wave our beautiful light and we join in Shri Krishna Arati. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatya Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namo Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Jai Shri Radha, Radha Radha. Om Jai Shri Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Shri Radha Krishnaya Namah. Shri Radha Krishnaya Namah. Om Jai Shri Radha, Radha Radha. Om Jai Shri Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Shri Radha Krishnaya Namah. Shri Radha Krishnaya Namah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. चंद्रमुखी चंचल चित चोरी, सुंदर सावरा सुंदर होरी। राम रामा विकसे जोरे, श्री राधा मुरारे एक शक्ति एक आधारे श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। ओम जय श्री राधा 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 ओम जय श्री कृष्ण 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 श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। जय गोविंदा। कस्तूरी कस्तूरी कुंकुमयुक्तवृन्दा चनन चारुतिलक व्रज चंदा सर्गलादले लाल सुनंदा श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। ओम जय श्री राधा 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 ओम जय श्री कृष्ण 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 श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः श्री राधा कृष्णाय नमः। हरि श्रीमन नारायण 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 लक्ष्मी 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 नारायण नारायण नारायण। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेवा। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। आसन लीजिए सब लोग कर साथ कर सीट्स। Once more on this beautiful night, we say आपको स्वागत और नमस्कार करता हूँ सब लोग। To all those who've come from far and near to join with us on this divine night, a cordial welcome to each and everyone. To all those who are tuned in via Facebook, wherever you are in the world, once more joining with us in this beautiful Yagna Shala. Swagatam and Namaskar. Tonight at this point, my friends, after performing beautiful prayer and puja, after the wonderful kirtan from the Kirtan Mandali, we now join in beautiful invocation prayer. Let us all sit upright. Let us close our eyes. Let us forget the entire world. And we begin our beautiful night with the chanting of mantras as we invite our Lord. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दुर्गारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः या देवी सर्वभूतेषु लक्ष्मीरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु सरस्वती रूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। अधरं मधुरं व्यदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं मधुराधिपति अखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपति अखिलं मधुरं वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरं मधुराधिपति अखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपति अखिलं मधुरं वेणोर्मधुरो रेदो मधुरः पानीर्मधुरो पादा मधुरा नृत्यं मधुरं साक्यं मधुरं मधुराधिपति अखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपति अखिलं मधुरं। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा हरे रामा राम राम हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे हरे। ओम श्री कृष्णाय नमः। ओम श्री कृष्णाय नमः। ओम श्री कृष्णाय नमः। As we begin this beautiful night once more, we praise our Lord and the most mighty and powerful one. This afternoon in our prayer we worship the Lord Hanumanji. And once more we will touch the feet of Mahavir Swami as we join in our beautiful 40 verses of the Shri Hanuman Chalisa. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijamana Mukura Surha Varna Raghuvar Vimala Jasu Jodaya Kupalacha Buddhi Natanu Janike Sumirao Pavan Kumar बल बुद्धि विद्या दे मोहि हरौ कलेश विकार मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी द्रवहु सुदशरथ अजर विहारी सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता दुख हरता जय जय हनुमंता जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बलधामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नाम महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी सुमति निवास सुमति के संगे दसन वरण विराज सुवेशा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराज कांधे मोज जनेऊ साजन शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी प्रभु सुदशरथ अजर विहारी सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता दुख हरता जय जय हनुमंता सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता सुख करता जय जय बोलो ओम श्री हनुमते नमः। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिय हितकावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरे असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम प्रिय भरत सम भाई सहस वदन तुम रोज सगावै अस कई श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा शंकुवीर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कई सत्य कहाते तुमो पुकार सुग्रीवै कीन्हा राम मिलाय राज पर दीन्हा मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी प्रभु सुदशरथ अजर विहारी सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता सुख करता जय तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना योग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लीलुताहि मधुर पल जान प्रभो मोत्र का मिली मुख माय जल दिलांगे अचरत नाय दुर्गम काल कट के जेते तुम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे थे राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होतना क्या बिन पैसारे सब कला है तुम्हारी शरणम रक्षकता को अजरण आपन तेज समारो आप तीनों लोक लांक जे काप भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी प्रभु सुदशरथ अजर विहारी सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता सुख क्या बात। All salutations to Lord Hanuman ji, बोलो। निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट के हनुमान छुड़ावे, हरदम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, इनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियार। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नमन के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी, दशरथ अजर बिहारी। सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता, सुख हरता जय जय हनुमंता। सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता, सुख हरता। बोले भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाए, जहाँ जन्म हरि भाग कहाए। और देवता चित्त नजर, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करे। संकट कटे निधि सब पीरा, विस्मिर हनुमत बल धीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। दोषत बार पात कर कोई, दुसहि बंदी महा सुख होई। तो यहाँ पर हनुमान चालीसा, कोई सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि तेरा, की जयनाथ हृदय महाधीरा। मंगल भवन मंगल हारी, प्रभु सुदशरथ अजर बिहारी। सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता, सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता। सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता, सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता। सुख करता जय जय। जय जय हनुमंता, सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता। सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता, सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता। सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता, सुख करता जय जय हनुमंता। पवन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभु। पवन सुत हनुमान की। Last night we spoke about the jay, right? पवन सुत हनुमान की, बजरंगबली की। As we begin this beautiful night, we are about to join in the golden pages of Bhagavatam, where we speak of the blessings of Lord Krishna. But before we receive that blessing, tonight is a sad night in our message. But at the same time, it is an awakening night for all of us. Why is it sad and awakening at the same time? In the wonderful place of Vrindavan, Vrajabhumi, Barsan, Gokul, it is said Bhagavan Shri Krishna, he stands with his wonderful brother. Who is the brother of Lord Krishna? He's called what? Anybody know? Yeah, how you know that boy? Very nice. The brother of Lord Krishna is called, anybody in the back know? Before we start the puja, he says he's a big boy, 12 years old. And you're right, because you know it. Bhagwan Shri Krishna has one brother and his name is Balaram. Balaram is the brother of Bhagwan Shri Krishna, not by birth, but he's the brother of Lord Krishna. Everything that they will do it together. And Bhagwan Shri Krishna and Balaram together, they are standing and they're speaking between themselves. And Bhagwan Shri Krishna looks him in the eye and he says, Bhaiya, brother, today we must now make a change and a turn around in everything that we have been doing before. In order to be successful, we must remember our purpose. And what is our purpose? We must leave Barasan right now. We must leave Vrindavan. Bhagwan Shri Krishna grew up in the place that is called Gokul, Vrindavan. And it is said, Radha Rani, his loved one, she grew up in Barasan. While Shri Krishna speaks to his brother, he says, Bhaiya, it is time that we leave and we go on our journey. So Lord Krishna and his brother, they go to their mother and father as children. And they said, Mom, Dad, it is time in which we leave this village because we must go. We have to go. And mother and father doesn't understand. And they sit down to speak to their mother. And what are they telling their mother? I'm sure we know this mantra. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam dharmasya taratmanam shrajamyaham paritranaya sadhuna vina shaya chuduskritam dharma sanstapanataye shambhavami yuge yuge. Shri Krishna, he looks at his mother and he looks at his father. And he says, Maya, it is time in which I must leave this place and I must go. There will come a time in all of our lives where a mantra or a verse in Bhaja Govindam says, Samprapte sananihite kale nahi nahi rakshati dukrin karane. One day we will have to go just like they are about to leave. And before I explain why and how we are about to leave tonight, let us create a beautiful ambience and a wonderful energy. Like Mom said earlier, we are creating a magical kingdom here, right? The kingdom of the Divine Lord. Before we join in our message and our katha or pravachan, we're about to join in a chant to Shri Krishna. And we invite everybody to sing. I know you know the chant really well. I grew up singing this chant in all the mandirs. And I'm sure many of the younger ones and even the elders would know it. So we sing all together. Panduranga, Panduranga, Rama Krishna Hari. Panduranga, Panduranga, Rama Krishna Hari. Everybody loudly. Rama Krishna Mukunda. Kya baat? Mukunda Panduranga. क्या बात? एक बार और Panduranga, Panduranga. So just to let you know, it says when everybody can sing like that and create a beautiful energy, the yagya is already successful. A yagya is successful when we all take part, when we blend ourselves together, when we can sing, when we can unite, when we can worship the gods together to create this energy. That is satsang. That is the meaning and the purpose of satsang. We can give all the knowledge we want to, but when you can sit and from your heart you can simply sing for God, that is the energy of yagya and satsang, and it makes it a success. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki. We sing all together. Rama Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari. Rama Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari. Panduranga Panduranga Rama Krishna Hare. Panduranga Panduranga Rama Krishna Hare. All together. Rama Krishna Hare Mukunda Murari. Rama Krishna Hare Come on. And the hands. Panduranga. Very good. Panduranga, Panduranga, Rama Krishna. After me now. Radhesham, Radhesham. Radha Madhava Radhesham. Oh, Sitaram, Sitaram. Sita Vallabha Sitaram. Radha Mukunda Radhesham. Radha Govinda Radhesham. Radha 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 Radhe Govinda Vrindavan Govinda Panduranga 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 Panduranga. Come on. Everybody below. Jai Govinda Bol. Glories to Bhagwan Shri Krishna. One more time. Radhesham, Radhesham. Radha Madhava Radhesham. Oh, Sitaram, Sitaram. Sita Vallabha Sitaram. Radha Mukunda Radhesham. Radha Govinda Radhesham. Radha 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 Radhe Govinda Vrindavan Govinda. All together. Panduranga 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 Panduranga. Govinda Gopal Murali Dhara Nanda Kumar. Panduranga 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 Vithala Panduranga Radha Krishna Panduranga 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 Panduranga. Rama Krishna Hare Mukunda Murare. Rama Krishna Hare Mukunda Murare. Panduranga Panduranga Rama Krishna Hare. Bolo Panduranga Panduranga. Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki. It is said the place, that stan or that place that is called Vrindavan, it becomes a very sad place. And we must understand, Samprapte sananihite kale, nahi nahi rakshati dukrin karane. Do you all know what is rakshati? Does it sound familiar to any word? What do you call this? When you finish or when you're doing the puja, the Pandit gives you this. What do you call it? A thread? It is called a raksha. What is the meaning of raksha? Raksha means protection. When the Pandit ties it on your hand and he says a prayer, he's putting up protection there. It says, according to Adi Shankaracharya in the Sanskrit verses, he says, Samprapte sananihite kale. Kal means time. Nahi nahi rakshati dukrin karane. Samprapte, when the appointed time comes in any one of us in our lives. What time is that? Which time will come for all of us? Yeah. When that time comes, you normally hear this. Koi laak kare chaturai, karam ka le kamite nare bhai, karam ka le kamite nare bhai. Zara samjho इसकी सच्चाई रे करम का ले कमिते नारे भाई करम का ले कमिते नारे भाई. How come some of you ready to cry already? Your heart get weak then, huh? When you hear that song playing, what does it mean? What does it symbolize? Koi लाख करे चतुराई. Koi means people. Lakh means thousands. Karam ka le kamite nare bhai. Thousands of people in the world are given birth and thousands of people die every single day. And when you die, what do you take with you? Karam ka le kamite nare bhai. Your karma. That's what you take with you, nothing else. While thousands of people die, all of us have a time in which we will go. Do you know when you will go? Do you know when you will die? Nobody knows? How many people scared to die? Yeah, boy. So the rest of you not scared to die. So the God that walking here right now and say, you, let's go. You ready? Let's go. Jaldi karo. You ready? Correct? Correct. Kya baat? That is correct. If the God of that comes knocking on your door, it means your time has been called. You can't run and you can't hide. Scripture says, Re samprapte sananihite kale nahi nahi rakshati. Raksha means protection. When that time comes, like mom said, nahi rakshati. Nobody could protect you. When you have to go, you have to go. What will you do? Today in our katha, it is said in Vrindavan, Bhagwan Shri Krishna and his brother Balarama, they've gone to their mother and their father. Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Maya, Kanha says, Maya, it is time when we must go. And the mother says, but why? Why you have to leave my home? You're a child. This is your house. I am your mother. You must stay here. And they start speaking to the mother. He says, Maya, come, listen. Ma, I can't stay. Ma, it is time I must go. But why, son? Why are you leaving? You are the joy of the village. You are the joy of the hearts of every devotee. All you need to do is to take out your basuri, and the minute you put it by your mouth and you start to blow the beautiful tunes, the whole world leaves everything. It is said when Shri Krishna would walk and he will take out his basuri and he will blow it, people will leave their homes and they will run after Shri Krishna. It is said sometimes Bhagavan Krishna might be walking on his streets and he might decide, you know what, let me just take out my basuri. And he will blow a tune. And the moment the tune is heard, sometime one mother may be making a little roti, she leave it right at the burn. And she come outside and she starts to walk with Shri Krishna. Probably their fathers or their devotees or the gopis who are doing their chores, their daily activities. And when they hear the basuri, they drop everything and they follow Shri Krishna. Sometimes we need to learn to drop everything and run after Prabhu. Instead, we drop things and we run after the world. We drop things and we run after. Last night we spoke about friends and friendship. We drop things in the world and we run after our friend, and in turn the same friend hurts us. We leave our divinity aside and we run after the fancies and the material things of the world, and in turn we are only hurt. There's a verse that goes like this. विष्णु के लक्ष्मी बनवती राजा की है धरती रानी माया तू भगनी हम जानी माया तू. What is Maya? Illusion. Maya means illusion. We run after the illusions of the world. We run after the fancies of the world and we forget the reality of life. We live in a world where we only see the bigger picture and we don't see what really is. You know that? We look at the massive amount of everything that we see and we don't see what really is. Let me ask you all a question, since you all can interact beautifully. If I were to ask you what you see, what do you see? What do you see? What do you see? Shank? What do you see? You see a shank? But now listen to the question. What do you see? This is how the world captivates our mind and distracts us. Did you see me? Did you see the mic stand here? Did you see the Singhasan? Did you ask Gaddi? I didn't ask you what I have in my hand. I asked you what do you see? But because we only see the fancies of the world, whatever dazzles, that's what we see. People in today's world, we only see anything that dazzles before us. Nobody sees the bigger picture. Everybody sees beyond. We live in a world where we are too naive and we become caught up by everything that we see, that the reality of life and God and worship and prayers, we are not able to pay attention to it, because once something dazzles, that's it. For example, if I'm reading Katha, I'm doing my pravachan, and somebody gets up to walk from the back and they come here, you could be listening to me, but the eyes are going to move. Because we become dazzled by everything that dazzles us. What do you see in the world? Today, Bhagwan Shri Krishna, he tells his mother, Maya, we must go because we have a purpose. We have come in the world for a purpose and we have to go and tend to our purpose. If we do not do it, if we leave everything behind, then what will be left for us to do? We have come to perform a role and a task. Tonight, a mother sits down to cry for her son. She says, Kanha, mat jao na. Don't go, please. And Bhagwan Krishna, he says, Maya, mat ro na. Don't cry. And he wipes her tears and he says, Maya, you don't worry. I will come back. I give you my word. But Kanha, where are you going? Ma, do you know the big king in the other village? In Mathura? That king, his name is Kans. My purpose of my birth has been here to destroy him. And I must fulfill my destiny. Are you fulfilling your destiny? When he speaks to the mother, and the mother starts to cry, he sits down and he starts to massage the feet of the mother. When somebody wants something from you, when somebody really wants something, like the children, they know how to get it, right? They come with a nice sad face. We say it in Trinidad, Mama Guy. You know who's Mama Guy? Who's Mama Guy? Sweet talk, and you fool them up. Yeah. When you want to get something, you know how to approach and how to speak. He sits down and he starts to massage the feet of his mother. And he says, Ma, matrona, don't cry. I will come back to you. And your mother sheds a tear. And when she looks at her son massaging her feet, today I want you to remember something. Always respect and love your parents. Your mothers are your gods. Matra Deva Bhava. Love them. When last, to those whose mothers are alive, when last did you squeeze the foot of your mother? To those whose mothers are alive, when last did you just go by her and say, Mommy, Mommy, alright? Give her a little squeeze. To those whose mothers are alive, when last did you go and hug and say, Mommy, are you alright? Nowadays, the children, if the mother hug them, children say, no, I beg, everybody look in. A different time now. When last did we say, Mom, I love you? We say, we get too big. Mommy, oh God, behave now. Listen tonight. दुख न लागी है माँ तेरी अखिया मेरे लिए जागी है तू सारी सारी रतिया मेरे निंदिया पे अपने निंदिया भी तूने वारी है बोलो हो माँ How many people who are sitting here tonight, your mothers are here? Let me see. Very good. So if you're sitting here and your mother is here, you leave wherever you are and you go by her. And you go and tell her, Mommy, I love you, and hug her tight. And to those whose mothers aren't alive, maybe we've lost the opportunity. But close your eyes, think of them, and say, Ma, wherever your soul may be, we love you. तू कितनी अच्छी है तू कितनी बोली है प्यारी प्यारी है ओ माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ अपना नहीं तुझे सुख दुख कोई अपना नहीं तुझे सुख दुख कोई मैं मुस्काया तू मुस्काया मैं रो रहा रो मेरे हंसने पे मेरे रोने पे तो बलिहारी है ओ तू कितनी अच्छी है बोलो प्यारी प्यारी है हो माँ हो माँ शिव वृंदावन में हरि लाल की जय Bhagwan Krishna sat down and he started to massage the feet of his mother. And while he's massaging, he says, Maya, you don't worry, I will come back, I give you my word. But Kanha, where are you going? Ma, I have to go and destroy that king. Kanha, you're so small, you can't fight. How are you going to destroy a king? He says, Maya, trust me. Do you trust your God? Do you have faith in your God? Many people sit down to pray, but they have no faith, you know. Some people question the strength of God. Some people sit by the murti and we're holding prasad or we're holding a flower. And even then we are acting as though we want to test God. Lord, I'm doing prayers today. Make sure I get the promotion tomorrow. Prabhu, please take care of my children. Prabhu, allow my home to go well. Allow money and finance to come, please. And if it doesn't come, I won't pray again. Even we are questioning God sometimes. We are praying, but with the mind that we have, how do we pray? We pray blindly. Because you know why? Because recently I've seen devotees sit down and do a wonderful prayer. And after you do your prayer, if tomorrow morning you don't get the promotion, they say, but you know, yesterday I asked and I didn't get anything. I'm not going to pray again. They're ready to waver from their feet. God knows what you have. God knows what you think of. God knows your mind, your heart, your consciousness, what you want, what is good for you and what is not good for you. You will only get what you deserve. Not more, not less. You only get what you deserve in your life. When you pray harder, then you get more of the world. But your prayer must be pure and divine. Tirinawa Katha, Bhagwan Shri Krishna, he gets up and he says, Maya, मैं जा रहा हूँ माँ. I'm about to leave, Ma. And he puts his hands together and he prostrates and he bows at the feet of the mother. He hugs the mother. Bhaiya, Balarama, he hugs his mother. And they're about to walk away. And while they're walking now, Shri Krishna says, Bhaiya, I have one more thing to do. You can wait for me at the pillars at the front of this beautiful village of Gokul. But I have one more thing to do. What does Shri Krishna have to do? Lord Krishna leaves and he's about to go now to the depths of the forest. In the midst of the forest in Gokul, sitting on a rock, it is said, surrounded by the trees, she sits there, she's playing with her hair, and she's waiting. Who is she waiting on? She's waiting on her Lord. It is said, she sits there and while she's concentrating on Bhagwan Shri Krishna, she waits for him to come. And Bhagwan Krishna is waiting to meet her. While Shri Krishna is going into the forested path, who is sitting there? Like the devotees sang earlier, they sang that beautiful bhajan. Yamuna ji ko kari kari, Radha gori gori, वृंदावन में धूम मचावे बरसाने की चोरी ब्रजधाम राधा रानी को रजधानी लागे हो रजधानी लागे माने कारो कारो यमुना जी को पानी लागे. Everybody, मीते. Y'all sung a little hungry day. Let me start over. Meete ras se baryo re Radha Maha Mane Mane karo karo Yamuna ji ko pani lage. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki. It is said, my dear friends, that while Radharani waits for Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna is walking into the forest to meet her. And when he reaches now to the court, to the center of this forested path, he sees Radha there. He walks up to Radharani and he says, Hare Devi, you're waiting here for me? She says, Ha Kanha, Auna, come sit down. Can you play that beautiful tune for me? Can you play the basuri for me? And Kanha says, no problem. He takes out the basuri and he's about to play the basuri for her. And when he starts to blow a beautiful tune, you all can see from all the pictures, I don't know if we have any of Radha Krishna, look right there. The big picture just after all these murtis. Whenever Shri Krishna blows the basuri, she props on his shoulder, she takes her head and she leans on him, and she just stares at him. She becomes lost in her Lord. I always tell devotees, when you come to a yagya, yes, you've come to listen to the pravachan and to the katha, but don't allow your mind to waver all over the place. sit and gaze at your murtis. Look how beautiful Ji Hanumanji looks there. Look how beautiful the deities are. Look how beautiful the flowers and the puja would have been conducted, and you can see how nice it's all decorated. When you sit in the yagna, stare at the murtis and the pictures and be engrossed and be caught up in them. Don't come and allow the mind to wander. People come and sit and they wonder, I wonder if my friend come by. We come and we allow these senses to wander. Fixate it on God and take that blessing. She sits and she stares at Kanha and he's blowing the basuri. And while she's staring at him, he blows. And while he's blowing, Radha Rani says, Kanha, there can never be a more perfect moment like this. Kanha, don't you know? Nobody will be able to ever separate us. We will always be knitted together. Nobody will break us apart. And when she speaks to him like that, she gives him one of the most beautiful kahanis that we've ever heard. She says, Kanha, if you are the flower of a plant, I will be the leaf that supports the flower. Without the leaf, the flower looks bare. She says, if you are the moon, I will be the moonlight. You can't separate them, it has to be. If you are the sun, I will be the sunlight. You all know that song? Patte patte mein Radha, pula pula mein Shyam, वही है ब्रज की भूमि, वही है गोकुल धाम. चंदा बनी है राधा, वो चांदनी है श्याम. चंदा बनी है राधा, वो चांदनी है श्याम. सूरज बनी है राधा, वो रोशनी है श्याम. If you are the moon, I am the moonlight. If you are the sun, I am the sunlight. We can never be separated from you, from one another. And when Radharani speaks to him, in his mind, he knows he has to tell her that he's about to leave. But how to tell her when she's so happy? How do you break sad news to someone who's happy and jolly all around you? He looks at her and she sings to him. This is how she sings it. Patte patte mein Radha, pul pul mein Shyam, vai hai braj ki bhumi, vai hai gokul dham. Patte patte mein Radha, pul pul mein Shyam, vai hai braj ki bhumi, vai hai gokul Radhe. Let us start. Radhe Govinda. बनी है राधा, तू मर्दन है श्याम. बंसी बनी है राधा, तू मर्दन है श्याम. शरीर बनी है राधा, तो प्राण बनी है. पत्ते पत्ते में राधा, फूल फूल में श्याम, वही है ब्रज की भूमि, वही है गोकुल. हरि गोविंदा. और जो भी सब भगवान श्री कृष्ण. कृष्ण प्रेम है राधा तो राधा प्रेम है श्याम. कृष्ण प्रेम है राधा तो राधा प्रेम है श्याम. हर सुख पाए माना जो इनको करे प्रदान. पत्ते पत्ते में राधा, फूल फूल में श्याम, वही है ब्रज की भूमि, वही है गोकुल धाम. पत्ते पत्ते में राधा, फूल फूल में श्याम, वही है ब्रज की भूमि, वही है गोकुल धाम. वही है ब्रज की भूमि, वही है Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki. Bhagwan Shri Krishna, he listens to Radha. And Radha Rani, she's praising the Lord. Lord, do you know how lucky I feel? Nobody can ever separate us. Nobody can ever break us apart. And he looks at her and he smiles back at her. But while he's smiling, he's waiting for that moment. He hears her praising him. And there he holds her hands now. And he says, Radha, I have something to tell you. Radha, can you please listen to me? I have something important to tell you. And she's happy and she's jolly and she's smiling. And he's about to speak to her. And while he will speak to Radha Rani, it is said, Radha Rani looks him in the eyes and she says, Kanha, batao na, what is it? Please tell me. And Shri Krishna, he stares in the eyes and he says, Devi, myself and my brother, we are leaving town. We are leaving Vrindavan. And we are not going for long. We'll come back very shortly. But we are going to that place that is called Mathura. Do you remember that king comes? She says, yes, I remember. He's that powerful king, right? He's the one who kills everybody. He destroys all the holy ones. Shri Krishna says, yes, that's the one. Myself and my brother, we have to go to Mathura. Because we must go to a yagya that we've been called for. But while we are going there, we must prepare ourselves for anything. But Devi, don't worry. I will come back soon. And her heart dips right there and then. Kanha, you're leaving? So you're going to a yagya and then you will come back? Bhagwan Shri Krishna says yes. There's what you call the Dhanush Ban Yagya. Have you ever heard of the Dhanush Ban Yagya? It is one of the yagyas where Bhagwan Shri Krishna is about to attend to. And in that yagya, he's about to go try to lift a bow. A powerful bow. Have you ever heard of that anywhere else? Have you ever heard of any other god lifting a bow? Kya baat? Shri Rama Jai Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Mangala Bhavana Mangala Hari Drava ho Sudasharata Ajara Vihari. Bolo Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya. Shri Gajananda Swami ki Jai. Who broke the bow? Prabhu Ramachandra. Prabhu Ram broke the bow. Do you know why in Ramayana Lord Ram had to break a bow to become married to Sita Devi? Anybody know? There was the beautiful Dhanush Yagya with hundreds of kings. They would leave for wherever they were. Raja Janak, he said to the world, he sent out an invitation. He said, if any one of you think that you are a prince or a strong one, a king, and you can come and you can break this bow or even lift it up actually. He says, you will become married to my daughter Sita Devi. Why would he put down such rules and regulation to become married? You know why? When Sita Devi was at the age of 3, Sita Mata was playing with a ball. And she was, while throwing the ball at the walls and back, the ball started to roll. It fell from her hands and the ball started to roll. That ball rolled under the table in which that bow was resting. That bow was blessed by Shankar Bholenath, and because Lord Shiva blessed that bow, nobody could lift it. It was too strong and too powerful. Raja Janak, one day, he's about to call Sita Devi as a child to play with her. And when he stepped in the room, he saw her stretching for the ball because it was under the table and she couldn't reach. She couldn't fit. It had rolled so far and she couldn't reach from where the table was blocking. And while he was looking to see what she would do, she lifted the bow and she moved it one side. She took the ball and she put it back. And Raja Janak stopped right there and he was so shocked. He waited for her to play and to move outside, and he walked up to the ball, and when he tried to lift, he couldn't even shake it. And he said that day, He said, nobody has the ability to lift that bow. And because I've seen Sita Devi move that bow, the day she has to become married, that person must be able to move that bow. In turn, what happened in Ramayana? Prabhu Ramachandra, he came and instructed by his guru. The guru said to him, walk up and see if you can lift it. And when Prabhu Ram walked up, he not only lifted it, Lakshmana Bhaiya was there, he was saying, Bhaiya, show them Bhaiya, show them how strong you are. And Prabhu Ram lifted the bow, and when he lifted it in his hands, Bhaiya says, Hare, string the bow, show them how powerful my brother is, Sri Rama. And when he strung the bow and he was about to pull it, it broke in half. And there Lakshmana got up in front of everybody and he said, Prabhu Ramachandra ki. Well, they didn't say Jai like that. They said it a little louder. You want to try again? Prabhu Ramachandra ki. Kya baat? Now we song like we did in Yagna. Prabhu Lakshmana got up and he saw everyone there and he says, show respect to my brother, Prabhu Rama. Today he didn't just lift the bow, he broke it. Today, Prabhu Ram looked at Sita Devi and he smiled. And she pulled the orni in front of her face and she also smiled. Today, while Radha Rani is speaking to Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna is saying, I have to go to this yagya in which I must lift the bow and show the world. She says, but why do you have to go? Why don't you stay here? You're not meant to go there because if you lift that bow, it means you will become the king of Mathura. Kanha, in my eyes, you are a king, but you're not the king for the world. You are the Kanha who blows the basuri, who eats the butter, the makan, who takes the cows to graze, who plays with the cowherd boys. I can't see you sitting on a throne with responsibilities and commanding people. You are the blue boy of Vrindavan. You're not a king. Can you please stay? Why do you have to go? He says, Devi, I will go for some time. And after lifting the bow and after going for some time, I will return. Don't worry. She says, but if you're going to a yagya to lift a bow, that should just take you a few days. She's starting to monitor him now. He says, no, it will take some time. I might take probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks or maybe a little more. And there Radharani, her heart sinks and she says, don't leave. We have family members sometimes who may be sick and lying on a bed. We have loved ones who may not be well and they are lying on their beds and they are saying, you know, one day I will die. Soon I will die. You're looking at them probably living off medication or living on a bed and they can't get up and they can't move and you don't know how it goes. Or some of our family members may be sick or ill, maybe cancer, maybe some sickness or illness. And we look at them and you know one day you have to say bye. Are you ready to say bye? Are you prepared to say bye to the loved ones? How would you feel when you wake up one day and your loved one leaves to go to work and they never return? How would you feel to go to sleep one night and realize that one of your child never got up, one of your children? How would you feel if you were to be sitting here tonight and you would be enjoying the yagya and tomorrow you hear the news of one of us, any one of us, it could even be me, have left the world? Do you remember that song? Two birds, they were dancing together. They were playing together. They were flying together and they landed on a branch. They were taking their beaks and they were nudging one another because they were in love. And while they were nudging one another, it is said, suddenly something happened. Suddenly one of the birds just fell from the branch. And it started to fall down to the ground. And while it was coming down to the ground, the partner saw that his partner was falling and he flew down as fast as he could to grab his loved one. Only to realize that his loved one hit on the floor, and the minute it hit on the floor, he came down and he took his beak and he started to nudge, trying to say, wake up. Only to realize that there was no more air. Jab praan tan se nikale. आज सुनो हम गीत विदा का जा रहे दो दुखियारे पंछे बिछुड़े जा रहे। बहुत दिनों के साथिया जुदा होंगे, गुमसुम करियो में आंसू आ रहे। आज सुनो हम गीत विदा का जा रहे, दो दुखियारे पंचे बिछुरे। She immediately held on to the hands of the Lord. And when she held on to the hands of Prabhu Krishna, mat jao na, Prabhu please, no, no, no. Prabhu, I was now so happy singing of our love, and you're going to leave? And I don't know when you will come back. That is Mathura. When people go there, when children go there, king comes, he kills them. Please, don't go. And Shri Krishna looks at her and he says, Devi, I have to go. She says, no, I won't allow you to go. He says, well, I'm telling you today that I am here to console you. I will only leave with your permission, but I have to go. Please give me that permission. Shri Krishna, he pleads with her, and she doesn't want to agree. When the gods of the skies realizes that now Radha Rani is not giving consent and time is of the essence, the gods realize that they must come down now and they must take part in helping. All the gods of the skies, Lord Indra, Varuna, Devta, all the different deities, Narad Muni, the great saints, they descended now to the spot. And while Radha Rani is holding on to Shri Krishna, her eyes start to fill with tears. Because she knows that Shri Krishna has to go, but she doesn't want to let go. All the gods come down, and she looks and she sees all of them, and they put their hands together, haath jodkar. They looked at Radha Rani, Hare Radha, you have adorned yourself so beautiful today. But Radha Rani, today we want to tell you that you must let go of Shri Krishna. He has a purpose. She says, no, I can't let him go. And they had to explain the entire episode. They said, Radha, the Lord had taken incarnation, and the purpose of his incarnation is to destroy these kingdoms. Please understand that if the Lord stays here, he cannot fulfill what he has to do. And while Radha is listening to the gods, she must give in at some point, but she doesn't want to. It is said she drops on her knees and she starts to cry and she says, Kanha, no, please don't leave me. If God leaves you, what will happen to you? With God's love, we are able to get up, to move, to wink, to eat, to move about, to live, to do everything. And if God is not in your life, you can't do anything else. You will leave this physical world and you will go to the beyond. Radharani, she looks into the face and the eyes of the Lord. She says, Prabhu, how can I let you go? And while she cries, and her teardrops will fall at his feet, he lifts her and he says, Radha, please don't cry. I give you my word that I will come back. She turns her back and she says, no, you will not come back. I know it. I feel it in my heart that you won't come back. Sham teri bansi pukare, Radhana, Sham teri bansi pukare, Radhana, लोग करे मेरा तो यो ही वरना, लोग करे मेरा तो यो ही वरना, सावरी की बंसी तू बजने के का, सावरी की बंसी तू भजने के का, राधा का भी शाम वो तो Mira ka bisham. Kanha, please don't go. And when she turns around, she says, I have two conditions. And all the gods are looking at Radha crying. And they're saying, Radha, please understand, remember who you are. Can't you remember who you are? You are the incarnation of Goddess Lakshmi Mata. You have come to play this role, and Shri Krishna needs your support. And they start singing for the Lord. Jo tumhi tana chahe जीवन की तृष्णा जो तुम मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा सुबह शाम बोला बंदे कृष्णा 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 सुबह शाम बोल बंदे Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Everybody, bolo. Kya baat? कृष्ण नाम पावन पावन कृष्ण नाम प्यारा प्यारा जो ना बोले कृष्णा कृष्णा जग में हो हारा कृष्ण नाम पावन पावन कृष्ण नाम प्यारा प्यारा जो ना बोले कृष्णा कृष्णा जग में मन कामिते अंधियारा हो मन कामिते अंधियारा बोले कृष्ण कृष्णा सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा 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 सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा कृष्णा Krishna, he turns to Radha. He says, Devi, please give me your word and give me all your conditions. She says, Kanha, first I want you to know. I want you to know that you have to come back because you can't live as a king. You're not born to be a king. You will be the king of Vrindavan, but please return. And if you don't return, then I will disappear. Radharani says, Kanha, please remember me at every point of your journey. Don't forget me. And Shri Krishna says to her, Radha, not just me will remember you, but I bless you today that the world will remember you. And I want to give you the gift today before I leave. That the world must remember you, and whenever they speak of me, you must come first. That is why you always hear people say Radha Krishna. You don't hear them say Krishna Radha. Radha Krishna. He says the world will speak of you first and the world will remember you first. And if they treat you well, then I will come. He says today allow the world to know that I, Shri Krishna, cannot live without Radha. And Radha cannot live without Krishna. And why we will keep the memories of this beautiful place of Vrindavan. Let the world learn to love like we love and appreciate, accept. We must learn to coexist with one another, my friends. Accept one another. No man is perfect in the world. We will find people with problems here and there. We will find someone who probably has their flaws and their faults. But no man is perfect. Don't criticize. Don't judge. But live together. Live united as one family. And be motivated together. Today, Shri Krishna says, Radha, I give you my word that I will come back. And she only listens to him and she just walks away. She doesn't stay to listen anymore. She just walks away and she leaves him and he says, Radha, and she just walks without a word, and she leaves the forest, and he's just standing there. All the gods are standing, and he put his hands together. He says, Pranams, sab devtao, pranams for all the gods. And after they saw what was happening, they left and they went back to the skies. Shri Krishna, it is said, went back to his brother, and he says, Bhaiya, I think it is time. Gather everything now. Bring all the carts and bring all the food that we will need for our journey. Allow our uncle to take us, and let us prepare to leave. And Balarama is about to speak. जो तो मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा, जो तो मिटाना चाहे जीवन की तृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्णा, सुबह शाम बोल बंदे Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. बोलो, all together. वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की, जो तो मिटाना, जो तो मिटाना चाहे जीवन के सुबह शाम. क्या बात. Subah Sham bola bande Hari Krishna. Bhagwan Shri Krishna, he knew that he had broken the heart of Radha Rani. She left him. She didn't even say anything. She turned her back and she walked away. But he went back to his brother and he says, Bhaiya Balaram, prepare now the cart to go. Put everything onto the cart, the food and whatever we need, and call our uncle to take us. And while the cart is coming, while the uncle sits there, everybody is standing outside Vrindavan because Shri Krishna is about to leave. Everybody is standing there and some are calling out, Kanha, mat jao na. Some of them, they are crying. It is said when Shri Krishna was a child, he will go and steal Makan from everybody's home. Some of the gopis come and say, Kanha, why are you leaving? Who will steal Makan from my home now? Kanha, who will come into my house now? Kanha, who will take the cows to graze? Who will blow the tunes on the streets of Vrindavan? And Shri Krishna looks at them and he puts his hands together and he says, I will return. He takes out his basuri and he says, I will charm you. And don't worry, I will come back. Bhagwan Shri Krishna, when he blows the tune, Balarama sits on the cart, the uncle sits there. Shri Krishna goes and he sits down at the back of the cart and he's hanging his foot. And all the gopis are looking and they're crying and they're wiping their tears. And there he fixes himself. And he's about to play the beautiful tune. Hara Hara Govinda, Hare Gopala, Hara Hara Govinda, Hare Gopala. Oh. And the cart starts to move. When the cart starts to move, remember Ramayan? When Prabhu Ram had to go into the forest for 14 years, everybody in Ayodhya, they left everything beside. That song was heard. Chor chale, aaj hamare Ram, Ayodhya chor chale. बनवासी बन राज दुलारे, सबसे नाता तोर चले, मुकमोर चले, आज हमारे राम अयोध्या चोर चले, आज हमारे राम अयोध्या चोर चले. And the cart of Shri Krishna starts to roll and it starts to grow. And while it is going, Shri Krishna is blowing a tune, and they're reaching up to the pillars. And while they're about to reach to the pillar, Shri Krishna waves at everybody and he's about to tell them bye. And they're looking, and some of them, they're wiping their tears. Yashoda Maya dropped on her knees and she's wondering, why? Kanha, why? Wapas na, come back. And her Lord is leaving. And while he's leaving and he reaches the pillar, as soon as he crosses the pillar, it is said on the side of the pillar, who is standing there? Radharani is waiting. And she's seeing the Lord going. And while she's seeing him, the tears will continue to flow. And she will look at him and she will put her hand on her heart. And she will look at Kanha and he will continue to blow the basuri. And he will look at her and give her the wink eye. And he will give her a promise saying that I will come back. And she shakes her head no. But then Nikatha, you know what happens? She turns away from that pillar and she walks into the forest, into the depths of the forest. And when she goes into the forest, according to Bhagavatam, it is the last time Vrindavan saw Radharani. Radharani walked into the forest and nobody knew where she went. But she couldn't live without her Lord. She walked into the forest and she disappeared. The holy saints and sages, they've said that Radharani went into the depths of the forest, and out of that pain in her heart, she rose back to the skies and she merged once more in that form of Lakshmi Maya. So she gave the space to her Lord to perform the duty that he had to perform. But Shri Krishna, as he continued his path, he's about to set his path to go now and to perform what he has come to do and what he had taken birth to do. Yada yada hi dharmasya Glanir bhavati bharata abhitanam dharmasya tadatmanam shajamyaham. Prabhu Ramachandra had left and he had gone into the forest. And even he was heartbroken when he lost his Devi. Listen finally tonight. Shri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama Shri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Let us start, follow. एक बार और श्री राम जय रामा जय जय रामा श्री Jaya Jaya Shri Rama Jaya Rama Shri Gajanana Swami ki Jai. Just like Prabhu Ramachandra, tonight in our Katha, Bhagwan Shri Krishna left. Radha Rani left and she went back to the skies, and the Lord had to perform his duty. Tonight, in listening to our beautiful message taken from Bhagavatam, we have people in our lives that we take for granted. You all feel sad? I started the satsang by saying we're going to have a sad night. But it is a night of awakening. We take the people in our lives for granted. And only when we lose them, then we regret and we beg. As a Pundit, we go to many funerals and perform many funerals. And when we're performing the funeral, that is when you see a child comes and say, Panditji, I wish I could have talked to mommy one more time just to tell her sorry. Panditji, I wish I could have speak to my mother one last time just to say, Mommy, I love you. Or Daddy, thank you for everything that you've done. Don't live for regrets. Appreciate the people in your life now. Appreciate the people in your home. Do not put down the people in your life and criticize them and ridicule them, but appreciate them. You know that saying, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. Don't wait until it's too late. But tonight, awaken the mind. Start living in harmony with one another, not creating enemies everywhere, not fighting for little things, but start loving one another, because your time on this earth is not for long. It's short. How the song goes? It says, Aaye bhi akela, jaye bhi akela. Yeah. Though then for 2 days, our time here is not long. Appreciate the people in your life. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai, Umapati Mahadeva ki. The people around us can leave us at any time. Finally, let me remind you. I always give this example, it's beautiful. If you realize that there's a thief in your village coming to thief something, what are you going to do? Lock up the house, burglar proof, lock down everything. Not so? And you're going to hide. The God of death is a thief that passes through the village, and he chooses people at will. Nobody knows which house he will go into and who he will steal. If a thief physically is coming, you lock up and you prepare. When the God of death is ready to come, how many of you are prepared? Take that for consideration. Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. With that, my friends, we end our katha, and let us all stand now for a beautiful arati. आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी. नमस्कार everybody. माला माला बजावे मुरली मधुर बाला बाला रवन में कुंदल जल काला नंद के आनंद आनंद कंद मोहन ब्रज चंद राधिका रमन बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की आरती कुंज बिहारी की श्री गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी. बन माले माले, ब्रह्म से अलग कस्तूरी तिलक, चंद्र से झलक ललित छवि श्यामा प्यारे की, गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी की, आरती कुंज बिहारी की, गिरिधर कृष्ण मुरारी। जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, 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 जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय राधा रमण हरि बोल। राधे गोविंदा। जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, 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 जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल, जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरि ओम। वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की। That's all the seats.